Have you ever really thought about what your true strengths are? I'm not talking about what you're good at, but the stuff that makes you feel, most alive, most like you. Well, today we're going to walk through a tool that helps you do just that. It's called the Signature Strengths Survey. So let's just start with this one big question. Take a second and think about it. What really makes you uniquely you? It's kind of a huge question, right? But this whole survey is designed to help bring some of those answers into the light. So what is this thing, really? Well, at its heart, it's a pretty simple tool with a really powerful goal to help you zero in on the most positive parts of your personality. We're talking about those qualities that make you feel authentic and energized. And what we're looking for here are called character strengths. Now, these are not skills or talents, like being a great cook or amazing at spreadsheets. No, these are the positive parts of your personality that are like fundamental to who you are as a person. And here's the thing, these aren't some rare traits that only a few people have. The whole idea is that we all possess these strengths. The goal here isn't to find what you're missing, but to discover which of these strengths are the most natural and energizing for you. Okay, before we dive into the strengths themselves, we have to talk about the golden rule for taking this survey. Seriously, getting into the right mindset is absolutely crucial, and it all boils down to two key instructions if you want an accurate result. This first one is by far the most important. Describe the person you are, not the person you wish you could be. This is not about who you aspire to be next year. It's about being totally honest about who you are right now. And the second part of that rule is to think about the big picture. Don't just focus on that one time you were really brave. Think about yourself more generally. What are your consistent patterns across all kinds of different situations? All right, so with that mindset in place, let's look at what you'll actually be seeing. The survey is built around 24 different character strengths. We're not going to go through all of them, but let's just look at a couple of examples so you get the feel for it. So for instance, one of the strengths is curiosity. This is for someone who's kind of an explorer, someone who's always seeking out new things, new ideas, new experiences. As you read that, you just ask yourself, hey, does that feel like a core part of me? Or you could look at another one like kindness. This describes someone who just naturally helps people, who is generous and compassionate. And you can see how different that feels from curiosity, right? The survey really covers a huge range of what makes us tick. And they really do come in all shapes and sizes. The full list has everything from bravery and humor to perseverance when things get tough, all the way to a love of learning, a sense of fairness, or just simple gratitude. It's a whole spectrum of positive human qualities. So, you've got the right mindset, you've seen what some of the strengths look like. Now for the practical part. How do you actually go through and make your choices to find what the survey calls your essential self? Okay, this is the main filter you need to use. You're not just picking strengths you think are cool or that you admire in other people. The whole point is to find the few that are so fundamental to you that they feel, and this is the key phrase, absolutely essential to who you are. And to help you figure that out, just think about the patterns in your life. Like if you've always found yourself in roles helping other people, maybe kindness is essential for you. If you get a real kick out of figuring out what makes people tick, maybe it's social intelligence. It's all about what feels deeply, authentically you. So how many are you supposed to pick? Is there a magic number? Nope. The instructions say that most people only identify a few essential strengths. Remember, this is about quality, not quantity. So there's no pressure at all to have some big, long list. The entire process really just comes down to 3 super simple steps. Step 1, read through all 24 of the descriptions. 2, put a check next to the ones that feel absolutely essential to you. And 3, look at your list again and put a second check next to the ones that stand out the most. That's it. Okay, so you've done the survey, you've pinpointed those strengths that are at the very center of who you are. What happens now? Well, this is where the fun really starts. This is where we go from just discovering something to actually doing something with it. What you have in your hands now is like a snapshot of your best self. This isn't just some list of words. It's a guide to the positive traits that are the very foundation of your identity. Think of it like your own personal roadmap for making choices, for finding work that fits, or for building relationships that let you be your most authentic self. And that brings us to the final and honestly, the most important question of all, and it's one that only you can answer. Now that you've identified your core strengths, how are you going to use them? The discovery is really just the beginning.